Hello everyone. In this video, we will start with a new collab project. And in this one, we will try to analyze some data. To get this data, we can get from different sources. We can use a CSV file. But to keep things simple, one of the ways is to ask ChatGPT to generate your data. So I can go to, for example, Microsoft's Copilot and ask to generate some sample data for me. In this case, I have already come up with a question that I want to use mean, median, and I want to plot some numeric values. And for that, I need to generate a data frame. I need three numeric columns, and I want to be this data from similar to real world data. And once I enter this prompt, it gives me some Python code to generate this data. Now, this is the data that we can see. It's a Python dictionary, and as a dictionary, it has a key. In this case, it has the height, which is in centimeters. It has weight in kg and age in years, and it has arrays of those values for height, weight, and age. And we can use this dictionary in our uh, new project. I'll just copy this, go back to Google Colab, and start with a new notebook. Let's paste this data, and I will do a shift enter, and I can inspect the values of the data. Again, shift enter on the data. So as you can see that this is a simple dictionary, and I want to convert it to a pandas data frame. So first time we are using a pandas data frame, and we want to import it. Before we start any kind of programming, we want to enable some code assistance using ChatGPT or a copilot tool within Colab. And to do that, you have to Google a project, which is Google Colab Copilot. Just look at this page, and it has at the bottom, it has instructions how to set it up. The instructions page, you can see there are three steps here. You have to copy a JavaScript file from GitHub. So let's do that. I open that. This JavaScript, I need to take it from the raw format. And here you have to replace one thing which comes from your OpenAI account. So I will take this whole script and copy it in one of my notepad. I have it here. And one piece that I have to replace is the OpenAPI key. My OpenAI key is going to be in my account. So I will take you to my OpenAI account where you can see that I have set up a key already for Google Colab. My secret key is shown here, and I have made a copy of that, and I will apply that to my script. This is the location. We have to replace this OpenAI key, and from my text pad, I will copy back that value. Okay, take this whole thing, copy that back, and go back to your Google Colab. Right click, inspect, or sometimes it could be F12. Go into inspect or debug mode in Google Chrome, and in the console, we are going to paste that code. I can clean up this console and Control V here and press enter. With this setup done, what we have achieved is that my OpenAPI key is going to be used for making calls to ChatGPT, and I get code assistance, and I can generate Python code while using Colab. So instead of using actual or memorizing the commands like how to import pandas, I don't have to memorize it. I can write in plain English. Let's try here. Import pandas. shift enter. Okay, in this case, I don't have to do shift enter. It's a it's a comment with a hash sign in the front. You have to just press enter, and then you see that the command appears. You have to press tab, and now this command has become real. Like instead of it was grayed out, and now I can do a shift enter here. Now in pandas library has been imported in my system, and I can start using it. Let's try to convert this dictionary that we had before into a pandas data frame. So let's do convert data into a data frame. Type enter. The command is that pandas library alias is pd and pd.dataframe with a key as a parameter, which is data here, and do a shift enter. Now we have basically a data frame. We can now close or minimize the right hand side. I will run this command, shift enter again here, and with df I can print the value of df. Let's see what shows up here. Now that first dictionary that we got was not as readable as this one. Here we can see that it looks very much like an Excel or a CSV file, and it's much more readable. It has 3 columns: height, weight, and age. I want to do some simple calculation functions using pandas library. Let's try to find the maximum height for this data. I will say max column name in df, and it spits out the value. I press tab and run this function. 185 is the maximum value here, which is the correct value. Let's try to find the minimum weight. I'll copy this header. Let's say minimum in df. We want to find the minimum weight. Now it just, instead of max, it's doing a minimum, pretty straightforward. And the minimum value we can see is 50. Let's try to find the average age. Let's say average age years in df. And you can see the function used for average is mean here. You can see the answer is in the float value. So just a recap, we went to Microsoft Copilot to generate a data dictionary, simple Python structure. Then we set up Google Copilot or Colab Copilot so that we can just generate code by using plain English. Then we imported pandas library to create a data frame. And after you have a data frame, you have 3 columns. We did minimum, max, and average function on this data.